Yes, somebody online on Facebook said, I've just come back from my second trip to Kingston Tip. It's a real pleasure in life to go to the Tip with all your stuff. So I thought about it and I thought, yes, he's right. He's right. So I've written this. First I wrote him an answer which had fa-la-las in it. It went, "'Tis the time for jetties sewing, fa-la-la-la-la, la-la-la-la. All the trash I know I'm owning, la-la-la-la-la, la-la-la-la." Well, I've written the poem without the fa-la-la-las, so here it is. It's called Spring Carol. 'Tis the time for jettisoning, all the trivia and lumber, the trash that I confess to owning over years I cannot number. Look, our garage and our house are full of objects of desire, acquired in my possessive lust, that no longer light my fire. This unworn dress I kept for best is now outmoded. Shoes as well, I once loved and never guessed 10 years on would hurt like hell. These gadgets I bought to enhance the cleaning, cooking, DIY, for painting walls and maintenance. They're now cobwebbed where they lie. Let's throw out all the extra stuff we're storing on our kitchen shelves. We only need to keep enough mugs and plates to serve ourselves. In newly emptied spacious rooms, see us luxuriate, enabled, relinquishing the family heirlooms and those IKEA flat-back tables. And I'll work hard on our resistance, stop yearning in each charity store, learn to love our spare existence. But look, a must-have, now we've space for more.
Better. This is called As Sure as Socks is Socks. Out of the interlocking needles, a sock grows. Hanging from its needles, the sock a chrysalis. Auntie Marge's socks, as if a rainbow had grown 2 feet. Auntie Marge's infamous rainbow socks flying off for Christmas. Paris, New York, Termen Feckin. Nieces, nephews, children, grandchildren, all wearing rainbow socks. The half-grown sock, tick of a grandfather clock, wait for the mourners to return. Her needles in a cigar tin standing to attention, sticking their heads out of the bin, some large crochet needles. As sure as shoes is shoes, I kept warm the feet of this here family. Clock cuts up time into little bits so that the humans can understand.
It's called To Algiers in 1953. After all the packing and the awful itching of the chicken pox we came out with the week before we embarked, and the doctor said, just go, keep covered, keep it quiet, the troop ship to Malta was a holiday we'd never had before. It was warmer every day, and the spots were healing. I played quoits on deck with bigger children, while my little sisters met toddlers in the nursery. The soldiers were on other decks, and I only noticed them at Algiers. 2 days out, a storm swept us past Gibraltar. I'd hoped to pet the apes. That night, salami was served. I reached at sight of the pink and white meat, imagining worms laterally sliced, compressed and sliced again. At last the sea and our stomachs calmed, and we anchored off Algiers, a troubled city. We were given a soldier of our own to take us round the sights. Gladly we stepped out onto the quaking, rolling quay, below the gold-grey, creamy bastions of the city. Only our protective soldier told us of the Civil War. We entered the babbling, wailing, glittering, black-dusted, pushing crowds of the souk. I was envious of my little sister, perched on our soldier's shoulders. I never forgot the next 3 hours before we went back to the order and routine of the voyage. And a little 3-line poem. Crow tears flesh in sun. Traders crouch in shadowed souk. Brown children staring. That's it. It's the only time I've been to North Africa.
My daughter, my little daughter, She had a wonderful ability to love everyone, whether it was me, a dog, a doll, a thing. She loved everything, and she thought everything was alive and animate. So this is called But the Greatest of These is Love. Are there really monsters under the bed? No, no, I attempt to comfort her. Good, she sighs, 'cause if they were, they'd get cold. Right, I say, seeing her coming at it from a different way. Later, I find her cuddled up beside a scary plastic T-Rex. See, she scolds me. I told you he'd be cold, but he's all right now. The T-Rex looking sheepish, its neck sticking out of the top of a pink pyjamas. So every night I leave her with another monster under her bed. She always checks. Even a green Frankenstein gets the cuddle treatment, almost crying to be loved. By the end of the week, she has 7 monsters fast asleep beside her, all feeling ridiculous in different colour pyjamas, but loving it. Next week, she had fallen in love with a stick, a leaf, a twig, as they become the new beloveds, to be brought to bed, to be loved as only she can.
Since Dónall mentioned the Amsterdam paintings, I was very impressed by them too. And I wrote a very short, pretty short poem about the Jewish bride. It's old and it's quite personal, but here it is. The Jewish Bride. Amsterdam wears its autumn sunshine like a veil over brocade and lace, confetti showering from the black fingers of the trees. The Jewish bride and her loving groom are dressed in these colours, gold, bronze, russet red. These lovers are not young. Their hands on the encrusted pigment are veined, touch lightly, sensuality deepened by long familiarity. We leave them, return to our own story, step into the street where Amsterdam glitters with bicycles and rings with bells.
This is called The Maker of Worlds. Who made the world? And the cane and the chanting did their work. God made the world. The church's catechism teaching him by force, by rote. He smiles now at this, the only scrap he can remember. Good God, it was I who made my world. Here at the centre of my tiny universe, my thoughts made the world out of nothing. That tree was my tree that nobody else could see, the same as I saw it. I, a creator of myself. Now that death comes to visit him, he talks to himself, death sitting silently. The pain eats him up from the inside, gnaws at him as if he were a bone, sucks the marrow out of him. The world fading to a bicycle bell and children's skip rope laughter. He hears his voice questioning, who made honky-tonk angels? The sacred and the profane, a mash-up in his brain. Ketty Wells' voice swims back to him, cutting through the seas of time. It wasn't God who made honky-tonk angels, as you said in the words of your song. Too many times married men think they're so single, and that's caused many a good girl to go wrong. But now the time has come. That is no time. He has abandoned God. He sees the world falling out of his hand. He walks towards the light.